A Netflix documentary, Wild Wild Country, has been popular in 2018. If you have not watched the documentary, I would suggest to watch the trailer on YouTube. It's about a guru named Rajneesh who builds up a community in India and then moves to United States to grow his community. He had around hundreds of thousands of followers who used to live in that community in Oregon. So then, this documentary only focuses on the controversy between the locals and the United States government and the leaders of this community, based on the land occupied by them in Oregon and their cultural beliefs. But if you remove the controversy and the clashes among different cultures or government or officials of this community, nobody really knows that what happened in that community. Why did the followers followed that guru? Why did the community grew so big in the United States that people from Europe, United States and all over the world wanted to be a part of that community? So then, let's analyze from the karmic principle point of view. The product which the guru wanted to offer to his followers was meditation. But then one may ask a philosophical question that what exactly is meditation? If you have followed other videos on this channel, there is a video on thought and emotion process flow which describes a mental process called consciousness, which is that part of the brain which is aware or alert of what is going on. It just witnesses things, but it has an important part in the decision process. And the decision is made by ego, the self-identification. So then, leaving all the mental processes behind, the guru had to offer the meditation in which the consciousness, that part of the brain which witnesses of the goings on, witnesses nothing. And that's what exactly he meant by meditation. He taught his followers to not think and witness nothing. That meant that if they can sit or do whatever they want to do without any thought going on in their mind, that would be an ultimate bliss that they will experience. Because thoughts lead to desire and suffering. If there would be no thoughts and no consciousness witnessing those thoughts, there would be no suffering. And that was the reason the followers might experience bliss. There are other scientific reasons for meditation, but we'll not discuss it here. But meditation was not something he only wanted to offer. The hidden product which he offered to his followers was giving up their identity. He was trying to teach them that if you lose your ego through your consciousness, Losing that ego through your consciousness will make you forget your identity. So what he was trying to do was taking his followers towards a path where they forget about themselves, their ego. So that part of the brain, the consciousness which is witnessing their ego itself, it's witnessing nothing now. At the same time, the followers have given up their names, their families, their friends, living in a separate community, and everybody is basically doing meditation and witnessing nothing. So the superego community, or that part of the brain which is related to the societal norms, is also vanished. All that's left is instincts. And his following was to go with your instincts, satisfy them, free love, do whatever you want. These all mental processes gave a new identity to his followers. Suddenly they forget all their problems. How will you remember your problems if you don't know who you are? But then there was a flaw in this theory. This theory proved out to be nonsense, because in order to lose one's identity, if that is the desire to lose one's identity, so that part of you which wants to lose the identity is now your new identity. So basically, having no identification is your new identity. So even he was teaching them to lose their identities. They were trying to give their identities, give up their identities so hard, they would not realize that they were becoming something else, but they still existed. And that was their new identification of no identity. So that satisfies the karmic principle that even if you, no matter how much you try to give up your identity, you will still be someone. You cannot be nameless. You cannot be an unlabeled bottle. So then, going to the mental processes, you need to watch the video, the emotional and thought process flow on this channel in order to understand this mental processes. We already discussed them in the karmic principle because they were important. But this is a visual representation of what he was offering exactly, what I meant by new identity. So if you look up as the consciousness, as that part of the brain which is witnessing what is going on, and which always witnesses a discussion between ego, superego, and instinct, right now it's just turned on a different side. It's witnessing nothing, void, what people refer to nirvana, that I have no thoughts. Now, some people related to the Zen ideology have also commented that meditation or consciousness witnessing nothing is also a thought where you do not think, a blank thought where you do not think anything. Or some people describe it as consciousness witnessing nothing. We cannot argue which one of that is correct, because some people might say that meditation is being thoughtless. According to English definition, meditation means thinking over something, and the people who do meditation often refer to it as a thoughtless state. Regardless, the whole gist is to witness nothing, and it's really hard. So then, one describes meditation as a process of witnessing nothing. Second process, the ego is shaping up on a new identity. Once you forget what you're witnessing and you're witnessing nothing, you're not there anymore. So what do you witness? The new people in the community who are developing the societal aspect called superego. But again, they all have the same ideology. So both the ego and super ego are shaped to a new identity. At the same time, the instinct is experiencing vast dimensions. It's getting what he never had. It's getting the new concepts of free love, being happy whenever you want. It's not necessary to cry all the time. That itself gave a sensation or a feeling for the new community members to adopt a new identity. So this is what exactly the Guru had to offer to his followers. But one may ask a serious question that why the community failed, what went wrong. The answer lies in the karmic principle. The theory was flawed. Even if they had a new identity or no identity, the no identity itself referred to a new identity. In their effort to gain no identification, just forgetting about themselves and just witnessing nothing, that itself became their new identity. This raises a dialogue that or he made sense. But the documentary is really cool. Try to see it if you have time. Have fun, guys.